Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Man Cave Meals. Today we're going to fire up the Lonestar pellet grill and we're going to make a barbecued pork loin. So let's get started. We're going to kick things off by firing up the smoker, and we're going to set the initial temperature to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The first thing I like to do with my pork loins, take a sharp knife, and I like to score a diamond pattern in the fat cap to help that little amount of fat render nicely. And then we're going to take our barbecue rub. You can use any rub you like, and I like to put on a nice liberal coat of this, and then we're just going to pat it in, and we'll get a nice liberal coat of that on all sides and edges of this pork loin. Next thing, we'll put this guy on the smoker in the smoke, and we're going to let this guy smoke at 225 to 250 until the internal temperature of the meat hits about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. By the time the internal temperature of our pork loins hit 100 degrees Fahrenheit, it's taken on some nice color, so we're ready to move on to the next phase of the cook. I've taken a piece of aluminum foil and spread out some brown sugar and some squeezed margarine, and we're going to set our pork loin right on top of that. And then I'm going to spread some more brown sugar on top of the pork loin, and then we're going to squeeze on some more of this squeezed margarine on top. And then we're just going to wrap this guy back up as tightly as we can in some aluminum foil before we put it back on the smoker. So now we're just going to put it back on the smoker and leave it in there until the internal temperature of our meat comes up to about 132 Fahrenheit. When the thermometer reaches 132 for the internal temperature of the meat, we're going to pull it off. And then I'm going to bump the temperature of the smoker up to about 325 degrees or so. While the temperature's coming up on our smoker, I'm going to get a nice coat of barbecue sauce on all sides of this pork loin. After the smoker's up to temp, we'll open it back up, and we're going to set this pork loin right back in the smoke with the sauce on it until the internal temperature comes up to around 137 or 138, and that sauce has a chance to tack up. And after another 20 to 30 minutes, this pork loin's done. That sauce is tacked up nicely, and we're going to finish at a temperature of about 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This $6.50 piece of pork easily makes 8 or 9 servings of a really nice, tender, and extremely juicy pork loin that's somewhat similar to a rib when you're done. This makes a fantastic barbecue meal along with some great sides.